Time for caboose tour.
Okay, because, hi there, come on in, we'll have you sign in.
Is that alright if I film?
Pardon?
Is that alright if I film?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, I'm talking about the caboose.
Alright.
But they built these with the modern conveniences at that time. So again, the 6 seats in here, and this is a pre-EPA flush on the ground toilet, because that's what they had back then, and that's why I tell people that had like, please do not flush while train is in station. You know, and that has totally changed them. This is just the bump system that they had in here. There's a hole over there, and the cable would have gone through there. They had, on the wheel, they had a generator. As it was going, I tell kids it's the analogy of a bicycle light. As long as, and this is 12 volts, so as long as you were going, you had electricity. But once they stopped, you didn't have electricity. And in '69, because this was built in '66, they put in the battery box. So then they had electricity all the time. Okay? And over here is the kitchen area. This is a big deal. This is a stainless steel 70-gallon tank. This was the very beginning of when they started using stainless steel in commercial operations. This is the original tank, because this was the B&O Chicago terminal and was flushed in June 2nd of 1972. Now, this is not original. This was changed out in '82. And we have the plans. It was a little bit bigger unit, and it would have had, similar though, with the ice on one side, the spigot, and then you put your cold items in there. So, and I don't think this is the original sink either, because from the way it looks, I think it would have been mounted, but anyway. And the water tank, see, here's the way it would have gone into the bathroom, to the sink, and such. So, and that would have been filled from the outside. If this was fuel oil heat, that is a replacement. That's a 1982 fuel oil stove, and the tank is right inside the door. You can fill it from the outside. And I think this would have been really stinky in here. You wouldn't have worn your good clothes, but you didn't wear good clothes when you worked for the railroad. You know, you wore work clothes. But I was told too that, and the conductor is the person in charge of a train. So sometimes they hired people depending on how good they could cook. You know, because you didn't always have time to stop and get food from here or wherever. So, you know, and this is something I think is neat. See how the floor is right here? That is because of it, as it moves, it was able to not crack the floor out. See how it's,
Yeah, so it would
yes,
flex.
yes. And remember, back in '66, every 50 feet of rail was welded. So there could be a little bit of a clunk clunk. So you can imagine what this was like. The last car on the train going down the track